boy, folks.
Wow.
We have something very special to share with you.
Where pinball magic is made.
And originally, this was going to be incorporated, Russell, in our regular video.
It was going to be a little short thing.
Yes, and it was so great, we just kept filming.
It absolutely was. And
There you go, young man.
It was awesome.
It was
Learned a lot.
So, we instead decided to make a feature-length film.
Excellent.
Of the tour of the Barrels of Fun Factory. In color, of course.
Can we start it now?
Yes, we can. Wait a minute. Ready?
Yep.
We are now waiting for the Barrels of Joy tour. Fun with this young man who's going to show us all the ins and outs of Dune.
I'm not going to show you anything. I'm not getting on the bus.
Oh.
You have to go see David on the other end.
He said
Not
all
me.
he does is
David
loads
better
us.
give me a personal tour.
Oh, absolutely
Personal.
personalized, I'm sure of it.
I want to see everything. I want to see the secrets.
Oh, it's all we just let him out, put out in the hallway.
Now,
all
I
the
did have
secrets.
somebody ask if you're going to lay out a clue on the tour.
Maybe.
Now they tried to do that at Jersey Jack.
That's the thing about clues is you have to find the clues. So.
Right. Well, he left a couple where it was the comedian. What was the clue when we were doing the tour 2 years ago? And it was
I don't remember what we had for breakfast.
It was
You
not-
want me to remember the clue from 2
I can't
years
remember.
ago?
It was a non-existent game, but everybody thought that was going to be their next game.
Absolutely.
We will look for clues.
Look for clues. Look under the carpet too.
And if we do, I will have it recorded,
Okay.
young
All right.
man.
All right. Then you can out us.
If they put
Totally.
a clue in the refrigerator, be sure to find it.
Right. Oh, that was rude. Wasn't that rude? That was terribly rude.
Well, at least he didn't say the toilet.
That's right.
That's true.
It could have been worse. It could have been worse.
All right. How many are here for the tour?
Woo! We're on our way to Mr. Bus. We will follow Russell to the back. I don't know if there's room for two of us. I'll sit back here.
Oh, you can sit here?
We'll have to put a thin man there. Somebody will. I'll be right here. Don't you worry, because I'm just as big. Oh my
I had
gosh.
to sit next to him for 3 hours on a plane. I'm used to this. We made it.
We did, but there's no sign on the building.
You're not supposed to know where it is. Don't even show the address. Come on.
We don't know the highway number.
Come on. Let's go.
Ice cream.
Why not?
Butterscotch. Butterscotch. See, they're all signed. There's Cindy Morgan.
There is Cindy.
Ah, we're
All
here.
right, so I've got all my people coming in here. So what you've booked into is our sub-assembly area. And that's the end of the tour. So, thank you. This is the first building that we came into in 2023. We took the lease in February. Behind you was all engineering. That is now turned into technology hub, customer service, and the lead manager for the line. So where you are standing right now is in sub-assembly. So on your left, my right, is the back box assembly area for all the electronics. So as you see on that back wall, you see a green tag. What you see is what we call the golden samples. So on the left, you see G2, that is Dune. On the right, this is Winchester. So when they make the back box, they start out with a simple plain sheet of metal. That's to mount everything to, also keep it nice and cool. And they'll just add the components to it. So everything pretty much comes in, a lot of it into parts that we put together. Example, ball troughs. That's usually one sub-assembly. That comes in basically 3 to 4 different parts. Behind you guys over there, it's kind of our specialty area for the game. So that's where usually all the cool toys get made, the custom toys. So that being said. This is where it comes trivia, because I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. So, this is the custom mech for game 2. So it is the worm. Does anyone know the code name for this? No? Alright, so does anyone know the name for the worm in Labyrinth? Like his real name?
No, I'm just aware what it is.
That's the worm. So everyone typically knows him as Elo. And it says that's meant to be Elo. But his real name is William. So when we were designing this game, we always referenced we're working on William, which everyone in the office itself thought we were still working on Labyrinth. So this little mech right here has 2 stepper motors on a linear drive. This PC on this can basically drive 4 coils, 4 flashes, and 4 switches. Basically a little mini PC pinball machine right there. I would tell you we bit off a lot making this one. It was quite ambitious, and it worked. So that was awesome. So let's keep walking through sub-assembly. I'll come through that way so you guys can see where I'm going. So come on through. So we have different stations for people to do different parts. So again, you can see our crimpers here. We do have a celebrity. We've got a couple of celebrities with us today, and he's going to be very annoyed that I'm going to point this out.
Yeah.
And that's Todd because he's so shy.
I'm very
But
shy.
we actually get a lot of parts from Pinball Life, and I'm going to point him out. We've got Scott Denisi. You can say hi, Scott.
Hi, everybody.
He's in the back.
It's
Jordan.
Scott, one of these crimpers is yours, buddy. Is it? So yeah, we got it working.
Oh yeah, nice.
So, but yeah, everything you see here, we have instructions of what needs to be done at each station. They're going to match the golden sample. Once it's done, it goes on the baker's rack, and then it comes out onto the floor. So once you guys come out to the floor.
Oh. Okay.
In person or remote or on the floor, we have 22.
If you're looking for the wall of microwaves, you won't find it.
Can everyone hear me?
Nope, there's no wall.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So what you're looking at here is actually right behind you on your right. That is where we make our wire harnesses. We make a lot of our harnesses in-house. We also do them outside. Usually when we start a new game, we probably do the first 100 in-house before we are to get it ready to manufacture the products. The 2 tables over here on my left and right is basically overflow for sub-assembly because I can't expand that room, so they have to come out here on the floor. What I have in front of me right here is when we get our playfields in. So I want to make a couple of statements about playfields. I've used every playfield manufacturer there is on the planet, and they all do a really, really good job. What people don't understand when it comes to playfields, you're dealing with 3 different products that do not want to work together with each other. So when we get playfields in, they come onto this custom light board, and we look at every playfield. We visually and touch every playfield. We touch it by hand because your eye cannot see if there's a raised insert. So, and they're going to do that with no gloves. So we look over every piece of playfield, we feel it, we look at it. If it passes QC, it goes into a wood rack here, and it moves on the next process. If it doesn't, it goes into our seconds pile that you guys can purchase at a discount. But when it comes to playfields, I want you all to understand is it all comes, like when you're manufacturing playfields, things that can be changed is like, for example, the wood. When was it cut? How old was it? How was it fabricated? How long did it stay in storage before it actually got printed on? Then the second stage is you want to put ink on that. What type of ink is it? What adhesion does it have? Did they change the recipe? Then the next stage is then ink doesn't really like wood. And then you go and put clear on it. Clear doesn't like, well actually yeah, clear doesn't like ink. It likes wood but doesn't like ink. And any of those three combinations out of the different variables can completely destroy a playfield. I will tell you the fallout on playfields is around 30%. So, because again, if I don't like it as a collector, how can I expect you guys to like it?
You use the same manufacturer for all of the playfields?
Multiples. I have to have multiples.
Okay,
if I relied on one single source, I could not be in business.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
So multiple manufacturers may make the same playfield
Yep.
for
any game. I used to be only one supply source.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who makes the playfield. Right. What matters is I stand behind my product.
Right.
Will the manufacturer give you credit on defective playfields?
Depends on the day. It's tough. Making playfields is probably the hardest thing in this whole process because it's a living product. You can't control it. They can't control what the wood is, if the vendor changes the chemical balance in the inks or the clear. So this is one of the toughest things to deal with. But with that said, we do clear them and we do make games. So everyone comes over here. Once it's approved, it goes onto the racks over there. And this is where we start the T-nutting and the small wire guides that go onto the playfield itself. So what you see is a Winchester. Does anyone know the code name for Winchester?
525.
Actually, it was Springfield. So, and the only reason I say that is because on the first tour I was calling everything Springfield and everyone was looking at me like, what? So, that's Springfield. So, T-nuts are done here. So this is a station for both games. This is the first time that we're doing 2 games at once, so this is a learning curve for us. So the next station here is where we're putting the wire, the ball guides, the playfield rails on it. So basically underneath here, and we'll go over here, this is Springfield over here. We put in playfield rails, we lock it in, playfield goes on top, guarantees it goes into the right place, as we do. So once that is done, it goes into one of our rotisseries. So these are waiting for these playfields to be done, and this is a good example. So every playfield will start out with a sheet. So this will be the QC sheet for every station. Also, we know which customers this playfield is. So if anything goes wrong, we can actually track it down to the time it went through the playfield and try and identify the problem. Not because we want to get anyone in trouble, we just want to make sure we do this as efficient as possible. But what is really cool about these rotisseries is as we go down the line, they can work top and bottom. So this is about to go down the second line for Winchester, which is right here. So the reason you're not seeing too much here, so if you see black rails, that means that is for Winchester. You see silver, that is for Dune. So we have a whole, we were originally 19,000 square feet. This is this area here. In the end of 2024, we expanded over to the next space, which is an additional 13,000 square feet. That is mainly to allow us to A, have more prototyping space, but vertically integrate short stock manufacturing. So now we do cabinets in-house, we do our woodwork in-house, we also do short forming for metals and stuff like that to help to stop the gaps between vendors. Also, when we build games, so the first 15 games of Winchester are actually built in the prototype room. So this line here is a little bit shorter, but we do it over there. So basically we have 4 people that can go in that room. And they are the ones that learn how to do this. Then once we're out, this will come out onto the line. So let's take you down to, yes?
How long did it take for you to design and put this product out?
It's different. Every game is very different. Winchester, so every IP that you see that us have right now, we had before we even launched the company. So this is what we call phase 1 of Barrels of Fun. Every IP coming after this is post-launch. So, all right. So station 1, station 2. So station 2, if you come on down, I'm going to move to station 3 for now. Station 2 is going to be all hardware, top and bottom. So that's where they start putting all together, all the pieces that need to go on the playfield. Then they flip that over, And then basically all the PCBs start getting put onto the playfield. Every station should take 45 to 55 minutes per station. So if things are going well and parts are flowing and people are not sick, we can pump out a game an hour from start to finish.
It's a lot faster than you were doing Labyrinth.
Molex plugs a go-go.
To this day, this is me saying we're not that great. We were at one stage doing 33 games a week on Labyrinths. And Labyrinths were way more difficult to build than Dune.
Really?
Dune, honestly, part supplies, the economic crisis has greatly affected our output.
Okay.
So I'm just dodging and weaving the best I can. It's as simple as that. So this is where like all the plastic ramps that go on, subways, posts and so forth. And then we get to the longest station that we actually right now picked out. So this takes an hour and 20 minutes to do. So this is the harness we do, the harnessing that we do. So everything comes here, everything gets put together. This is also where William gets put in. And this is where they put in your 12 volt, 48 volt, your cat cables, make sure it's all nice and pretty, ready to rock and roll. This is something we're always trying to solve, trying to cut this down. Because even though this makes sense to us, if you try to work on the playfield, it sucks. So this is something we're always actively trying to improve. And we're doing better. If you saw Labyrinth to this, you'll be like, oh, well, that's better. And when you see Winchester compared to this, it's getting better. But because like Labyrinth literally had every PCB that you see there for LEDs was usually one board. Where this one, we ganged them all together. So we went from, for example, LEDs, 70 individual cables down to 12. So once that is done, it comes over to our testing station right here. So this is where this works for both games. So Winchester comes down there, Dune comes over here, and then it comes to here. This is a testing station. So basically, this is where we can test everything on the playfield. So if this had flippers, this would work. So I can go through, let's get coils. So this is where we test absolutely everything we can on the playfield. So every coil, every light, every switch is tested on here. In fact, there is a program in here. They can't even move this game on until they've touched every switch in the game to verify. Not because they miss it, it's just the mundane of doing it every day. You need to put checks and balances to make sure that everything is done what it needs to do. Again, like I said, this is the QC sheet. Who's this one? This is going to RS Pinball, so this is actually a European game. So again, we know exactly where it's going, and everyone checks each other's work as they go down the line. So this is actually almost ready to go. The last station over here is basically all the pretty stuff. So everything is pretty much just done. So once that is all done, it's ready to go into a plate cabinet, which is what you'll see over in QC.
Jesus, look at that.
Man,
Look at that magnet.
cameras on this tour than the last one.
Big magnet.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So basically what you see here is we have
On the
different cells.
speaker.
So when a cabinet comes out, it gets assigned to a cell, and a playfield gets assigned to a cell. Once they are together, they come together, they're made into the cabinet, and then they start going through the QC process. Our QC process is pretty much from basically an hour and 45 minutes. So we do a burning cycle, which is roughly 20 minutes, is 100 games. And so we test it first, then we do a burning cycle, and then we do a final testing point. Once that's done, it goes in a box, gets packed up and out the door. So, and we always flush forward. So you see games standing behind, so they will be pushed up. So we have 2 people on QC at all times. Best thing we try to do, which is quite difficult, is we try to cross-train everyone. So someone that works in QC should be able to jump on any station down the road and help each other out. This is all a team effort. This is no I. And that's really hard to figure out. So while, question.
Do you have checklists for these people so when someone is hopping from one to another, they can actually re-familiarize themselves with the actual station?
So this is the QC sheet. So anything that is wrong, I've been kind of curious if there's actually anything wrong with this guy. Nope.
No.
That's
Missing the goodie bag.
Perfect.
They're missing the goodie bag. This is not the standard goodie bag. I don't know why, but she's good. Actually, she probably bought the swag, so we're gonna hook her So that's how that's done. So typically they're down there.
Is this actually a person's game?
Yeah, that's actually I just saw it. It's a direct customer.
A direct customer. Okay, that's neat.
So we tie up.
Wow.
We try to do our lines is we do it by percentages. So 40% of the games going out will be direct customers. The rest will be distributors.
Why do you need cool noodles on the top of the back?
I love the
So
colors.
when you put the playfield up, you're not damaging the
that's
apron
nice.
or the cabinet itself. And occasionally it's good to. There you go.
An occasional bump.
Occasional bump.
It's encouragement.
I like
100%.
that. I like that.
How much is your machine weigh?
It's typically around 300, 325. Actually, Dune and I thought Labyrinth was heavy. Dune was definitely heavier, and then Winchester actually is a little bit lighter. So
325. That's like 60 pounds heavier than Stern.
Yeah, about that.
there you go. Since they're down there, I'm going to take you into the wood shop. So we used to make our playfields cabinets in-house. That's what's up there. Actually, so this is a really good example. So we had a customer, game 284, they discovered an issue with it that they thought was wrong. We had them send the game back to us and we went back through it top to bottom. So now that's fixed, it will go right back out to the customer. It's outside warranty, but there were things that we were concerned about that I didn't want the customer to be worried about. So we brought it back in for
Same thing
inspection.
happened to
So
mine.
this will go out on Monday.
Yeah, right here.
These little guys get damaged.
Oh, I thought you meant these here.
Oh, this has had, I think, 3,000 plays on it. It's actually, honestly, I'm actually really proud of how it looks for that type of play.
It would be neat if you had screws here.
There's screws
Where?
on the side.
Oh, there are.
Yep,
because
on either side.
so
How
they
do you
could
get to the
change.
ones
Yep,
here?
they should be able to change it out. So
It's
let me-
hard to get to the ones over there.
You'd have to
because
lift.
they're so short.
You'd have to lift the playfield out, or use the side screwdriver.
Even lifting the playfield off, they're still
You can barely get it in, probably, but possibly if it's up. Oh. This is the new space.
Yes.
How long ago did you get this space? February.
So this is the dirty side. This is where we basically do cabinets. As you can see here, so I don't show on the cabinet. So this is the HAL lighting system that we put in. So we designed that ourselves. One of the biggest complaints we had on Labyrinth was a couple of them that turned into fixes that we put on Dune is the game was too dark. So how could we solve that? We could do a pin stadium style, which I really, really like. But the things I don't like about my pin stadiums is I usually end up scratching the side of my art blades. If I have to work on it, I've got to take them off. Like it's just, they're great, but they're kind of a bit of a nuisance. So the idea was, well, because I was doing light, putting glass trim in, I was like, well, what if we put an angle on a plastic tube underneath that and pointed at 45 degree at the playfield? You don't get the LEDs in your eyes. It lights up the whole playfield. And honestly, it's really easy to install and take out. So that's the other thing is if something goes wrong, because there's a way we could have embedded it to make it really difficult to replace, where this whole strip system is no different than your glass trim. It's literally just pull it out and put it back in. So that was one of the things. The other problem people complained about, we used vinyl decals, which are great, but they would get damaged in shipping. So that's why we went to Everglass. Everglass is a plastic, basically think of a red cow. And it's easier to install. It's more expensive, but it's easier to install. So our time on the line is much shorter. The quality of damaged product went down, and it adds an added value that it makes a better collector product. So that's our CNC route. So basically, we had to bring this in-house mainly because we wanted to control our destiny. And also, this allows us to rapid prototype. On the back side behind you guys over there is actually a CNC plasma. We got that before we got our fiber. Where we're just playing with it, because one thing again, we have to become more efficient in what we do. So, for example, when we do prototyping, we would end up spending 6 to 8 weeks waiting for sample parts to come into prototyping. Now, if we have it drawn in SolidWorks, we can have this spit out within 2 to 4 hours. So our development cycle has dropped a lot because of it. Now, it's a major investment, don't get me wrong, but Honestly, I'm more excited now what we've got coming down the road, because if we come up with a really stupid idea, there's that when I was thinking of something, or we're, as a group thinking about it, we're kind of like, yeah, but what if it doesn't work? We send it out, we get it back, and it's like not what we want it to be. I've just lost 6 weeks of my development. Now I was like, wouldn't it be funny if we did this? Let's just do it. And we can see it. We can see it literally within a day. So it really comes down to how complicated it is. We always want to try to de-complicate anything. But it literally comes down to, we go inside, like we can spit it out. So now he's on this end. So let's go down to the wall. Sorry.
You got this facing you at the door.
Yep. That door got cut in, and all the rooms are down behind you right there. Basically, from that door onward, is all prototyping and sample builds for games 4, 5, 6.
Did you say 4, 5, and 6? Oh.
We technically have a roadmap out to 2029.
Oh. I hope one of them's about me.
Come to my office.
The Todd Tucky. Don't spoil. Or it could be a Denise.
It's a Todd game. It's a Todd game.
And you can be involved too.
Absolutely.
Thank
Give me
you.
some call outs.
Thank you.
Come down here. I'll show you the fiber laser.
All right, Dave.
Some secrets.
Those are just like the quality control sheets at TNT, right?
I only have 3 boxes. Does it turn on? Do the flippers work?
And are the tail lights out of view?
There you go.
Once that's done, you can't make that one. So a lot of this is actually prototype stuff. We have a metal that we cut all our stuff out, and this is our CNC brake press. So basically any bends that we need, we can do right here. Obviously we can't go any longer than what we have here, but a lot of that we can do by hand. Again, it's prototyping. But this has honestly saved us a lot of money short term turnaround. If I can't get a part, then we can punch out 5, 10, 20 pieces and help us get through the day. So that's what we do. Any questions? Where's Todd? He's always got a question.
Well, I love this idea here. This is. Was this?
Send that to your house.
I could take it. Yeah. I want to know if I can crawl up this, whether it's hollow, and would it support my weight?
I wish. So if you come, so again, you saw the wire harnesses again. We do the first 100 pieces over here. So that's how that works. And we're going to go down to the in cabinet.
Wire tie machine? Everything smells so new. Yep, smells so good.
blades go in, your trim goes in, and then you have your Ever Plus decals. This is why it's better vinyl. You literally just, and I'm not seeing it, so let's see if I can get it up. There you go. So basically, they just pull it out like that, they take off the 3M adhesive, and it's stuck there. So it's in, it's a better product, and it makes the game last a lot better. So again, what was unique about what we did is we actually did mirroring. I don't know if you can see the difference. So we put the mirroring down first, and put the print over top of that. Then you have your 3mm adhesive go on the back of it. My line guys were coming up, things like, "What did you do to my decals?" So once that is done, it will go over to the next station over here. So this is where the back box, so you saw the back box in there, comes out as baker rack. You can see how we scan them. So they scan in, they scan out, it goes into the box, they start piecing it together, they start connecting it all. Once that's done, you got all the whole harness, it has the back decals, it goes onto the box itself. So this one is pretty much close to go over to QC over there. This one still needs its hinges and everything else put into it. Again, we divide up our line, 60-70% is Dune, and then the rest will be Winchester. We anticipated Winchester to only have to do 3 or 4 a week because we didn't think the demand would be as hot as it was. So we are now trying to figure it out. But ideally, Dune will probably wrap up production probably January. So then it will go right over to Winchester.
Sorry, you're saying more Winchesters on the way? That's what I heard.
I will not make more than 500. You're going to get this on right. Yeah, here we go. Yep. I have honestly received more hate mail and phone calls from people yelling at me about, if you ever make a single game over 525, I will take your company down, to if you don't make another game, I will never buy another Barrels game ever. And honestly, it was very surprising. I didn't anticipate that. I'm glad people were receptive to it because we all know what an original IP. I consider this as an original IP as is. How many people knew Winchester before the game came out? Rebecca, where are you? See, I'm not dumb. It's just like, again, most times if you say Winchester, people have no idea or they do know it. But I do know in the 90s, if you're into Supernatural, that was always a story that was told. So I knew deep in my heart I wanted to do a haunted house pinball machine. So I just wanted to find the right story to do that. So when I'm having a meeting with this licensor and all of a sudden they say, hey, we're repping Winchester, my head just goes whoop, whoop, whoop. And it's like, really? And then I start put my license cap on, it's like, I will maybe sell 200 of them at best because it's an original IP. No one knows it. All right? So, but
they know it. They know it now.
Well, but the thing is, it's like, I know people wanted a haunted house game. Winchester has an amazing story to build a game on, right? So as I told them, I believe in it, but I can't guarantee you the pinball community is going to react to it. So I want to make it. Let's do an agreement that I can't guarantee you when it's going to be out, but let me make something, and when it's ready, we'll release it. So it was always in my back pocket. And then I found out about Carl, and he was working on a Whitewood, and I met with him, and you know, he had some really cool stuff. And I said, "Do you want to?" Yeah, because I didn't realize how much he loved Labyrinth. Like, he adores Labyrinth. Worst outlanes in the world. You're welcome.
Yes.
And he said, "Yeah, I want to be involved in some way." It didn't have to be making games. He just wanted to be involved with the company. He enjoys what we do, our philosophy, essentially. And I said, well, I have some games. Would you be interested? I showed him the licenses. As soon as he saw Winchester, he goes, I want that. I'm like, really? And that's where I found out, him and me, because we're big theme park people, haunted house people, we were hanging out in theme park forums back in the 90s. I didn't even know who he was. Like, he did Twisted Rails. He would go to Six Flags and do media days. So it was just like this whole little, rabbit hole, like, you into that, I into that, and then obviously Winchester was like, you've got to do it. And that's how it came together. It was the right team at the right time.
By the way, everybody's really happy you put the coffin locks on.
Oh, dude, they are amazing.
They're wonderful.
How many William Valleys have you moved and you're like, I'm just going to move it, and you hear that click and you're like, I just broke the latch.
Yeah.
So are all of your games limited at 525?
No, so the number for Winchester was chose 525. I really want to do 666. A very good media friend of mine said, do not do that. Because there are a lot of people that just generally do not like that number, and they won't buy it for that fact.
That's right.
Or want that 666.
Well, I'm sure you heard the story, is they offered to give us a piece of the house for every game.
Oh, cool.
However, every time they've done that, example, the people that made the film, they gave it to the producers, the directors, and the actors, all came back within 3 months. So, and honestly, I don't want to, like, I love what I do, but I can't take every game back. So it was one of those things of, you know, we can't go down there. So, want to do 666. I got told it wouldn't be a good idea to offer pieces of the house. I'm working, because I've had now a lot of people say, how can I get a piece of the house? So I'm working on something. And the number is set because what's close to 666 was 525, which is the street address for the games, for the house itself. 525 Winchester Boulevard.
So what's your number on Dune?
Up to 1,000.
Okay. And then Labyrinth was what, 1100?
That was 1,100,
Right.
but after QC and doing it, we can only make 904. Which back there you actually will see the boxes. I don't stop the line. We buy all the parts.
Right.
So I'm not going to let the parts sit on the shelf. It's no good. I'd rather have it in boxes, so if anyone calls up, I can ship it out straight away.
Okay.
As I said, I've got to feed the beast. So, any other questions?
Will you do your own circuit boards eventually, or are you just going to use Fast?
We have a fantastic relationship with Fast, but electronics is one of the most expensive parts that go in a game. Your cabinet, playfields, and electronics. So it's one of those things of, we'll keep working with them, but there are things that we're doing in Winchester and Dune that we had to venture out on our own, not because they couldn't do it. It was just, I got to keep things secret. Like you guys can understand, I have licensing agreements. If anything leaks, I'm financially liable for. So there's certain things I can't let people see. So it makes it very awkward. So.
What do you think about what Turner's doing with the basically PCB playfield?
I think it's great. It's the cost of making those scare the crap out of me.
Oh, they're expensive.
They are. So most PCBs have to fall in a certain size. His size is actually way bigger than standard.
Yeah.
So also, I remember back in the day, CGC did giant boards. Well, they still do giant boards. To replace one of those out, it's over $300 to $400. I don't want you guys to have to pay $300 or $400 for a board. It's much more better if you can get something off the shelf like Fast, where it's $200 or $100. So.
Cool.
Also, if something does go wrong, it's only a small part.
Yeah.
We find that someone that big board goes down, it's the whole game.
Yeah.
So.
Are there a bunch of machines at the expo?
2 Winchesters, 2 Dunes, and 2 Labyrinths. 2 of
A
everything.
long line.
They weren't too bad. Who's played Winchester already at the show?
Because we went to Chicago and the line was.
It's not going to be that
Oh my
bad.
gosh. We didn't get to play, so.
So, all right. Any other questions you got for me? Paul. He made them. He designed them, and we are hopefully going to have flat packs. The problem is we keep growing the company, so it's like, yeah, let's make them flat packs, and it just never gets around to it. So, all righty, let's head over to.
By the way, the factory's air conditioned, right?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Has to be air conditioned. I can't expect my employees, if I'm not willing to work on the line in that temperature, I can't expect my employees.
Does this fan bring the air into that side? Got it.
I think last year started
Perfect.
saying that they were so proud of their air conditioning factory when I went
So
out to
I
it.
will tell you, 95% of all warehouses in Texas are not AC, so it was really difficult to find a location.
Okay, yeah.
So that's literally why we ended up here.
Yeah.
So because I really wanted a dock, but I couldn't get one.
There's no sign out front. Is that so you don't get looky wookies?
It's a part of that. but I'm like a Club 33. I like mystery. I like, people. I mean, if I had unlimited money, I'd probably have an escape room for you all to go through. I'm just not at that stage yet.
Can you tell us who this young man is?
This is Lakin. In fact, he just took over an office down the back there.
Ah.
He is technically classing himself as the security officer, and what was the other one?
Computer stuff.
And head of computer stuff.
Computer stuff. I like that.
Good stuff.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, my husband and I, we have 3-year-old twins, and my husband loves the Goonies.
Yeah.
So
So do I.
So my son loves Sloth and Captain Chunk. So how do we get on the list for your Goonies game? Like, can we
I would
get on
like
it
to be on
today?
that list.
Because I see this pirate ship.
You see pirate shit?
I see this pirate ship flag over there.
I actually have a prop replica of the Skeleton Key too. I'm a big Goonies fan. But I'm a kid of the 90s and 80s, so there's nothing you can throw at me. And as I said, this is kind of it wraps the tour. I do have a whiteboard that I want you guys to write up your dream themes on it. Because I never say never. I've had some weirdest licensing meetings. I never say no to anyone, and you'll be surprised. That's how I got Winchester. It's like a meeting for, actually I'll say it, I was talking to a licensor about Conan. They had Conan, Phantom, like the Phantom, a bunch of that old kind of Mandrake and Magician, that type of stuff, and they just got Winchester, and I was like, I want that. But how do I make it work?
Were the Winchester people happy? The family?
Yeah, they were.
Good.
I mean, they let us create a lot. So a lot of people don't understand that the Disney's Haunted Mansion is literally based on the Winchester. Well, partly based on the Winchester house. So I would love to do a Disney Haunted Mansion, but I'm pretty positive I wouldn't have the creative freedom, Carl and myself, on Winchester. So this was like our best. Like, they just said, do what you need to do. There were restrictions that we couldn't do. We couldn't, for example, have the gun in it, because that's actually a third-party license. They don't own that. But it's not about the gun. It's about Sarah and her story. So,
It's beautiful.
thank you. All right, let's take you over to the room. So as we come through here, you actually will see the prototype room doors over there. The far room down the back is Luke. He is the homebrew guy that did Pokemon. And the middle room is going to be Carl's office there.
You don't mind if you give me the key to the prototype room, right?
I'd like to say, if you can open the door, I'll
What do
let
you
you
think?
in.
I think, well, I feel like
Well, you're the security guy.
if I said yes, my dad would kill me. So.
I'm going to kill you.
You could slip me the key.
Slip you the key.
I'll keep it
I would
secret.
say if your finger worked on the lock, I'll let you in, but I'm terrified the technology won't work. I'm not through.
Oh, the room on the left. What is this room?
That is the security system. So this is all prototyping. So that little nook in there, but everything in there. Actually, I didn't say that. So this is all prototyping in here. So basically,
Wow.
the first 15 sample games are to be built in there and learn how the game goes together. Once the crack team that figured that out, then they move that over to the second line.
Good.
That's how it works. How it's meant to work in theory. Okay, while you're all here, before you come in, I would love you all to sign the banner, because you're all here supporting us. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. So I would like you to sign this. Don't look at the small writing at the bottom, it's all good.
I have to put that. I mean,
Darn right you do, Todd.
so if I'm dead next year, at least I'm on the 2025 list. Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you the one that started those or not? Yeah, I don't know. That should be right there.
So markers are here. So here is the merch. If you want to do homebrew, there's wraps and aprons that you can use. You got your merch, and this is the wall of dreams. Please write up your dream theme. The markers are right there.
Happy to steal your ideas.
And I will promise you, they will be considered. If not already considered.
Good, thank you.
You're welcome.
Now this is going to be easy.
Interesting choice.
Oh, I have fantasized about how to get the, you know, what it would have.
Where's you at?
The jerk. Like, oh, yeah.
Todd, I just don't know if I can afford you, bud.
I work cheap.
You promise?
Just one game. That's all I want.
game?
Just one game. Who needs a marker?
You need a.
Who needs
Is
them?
it going to be just Todd, or is it going to be Todd, you know, visiting Disney Park?
It could be either, but you know, just don't erase that.
I won't.
I by the way, I sign it with a permanent marker. I won't be erased.
Nothing works.
I don't want to be erased. Dark Crystal, look at that. Event Horizon, the Fifth Element. Fifth Element's a good one. Clash of the Titans, I didn't think of that one. Blade Runner, of course. The Thing. Galaxy Quest.
Is there like a movie or a cartoon or a theme?
Eraserhead might be tough. Not many people have made have seen Eraserhead. And if they did, oh, now there's a good title. Phantasm. But the best title is still this.
Would you like a,
That's an official test class. That has been in literally 900 labyrinths.
Wow.
And then I'm gonna also do me and David's number, so that way, if you can come back. Would you like an Sorry.
No, we're good. We're good. And look, it looks like we got a few more. Oh, look, somebody added K-pop.
Somebody's going to actually go through that. That'll be Dave. I see some really good suggestions up there.
Oh yeah, I got it already. I was like, I had another idea.
I didn't see that one before.
Sorry.
My Dinner with Andre. I don't know if that'll make it.
Yeah, it's a tricky one.
Yeah, I don't think that'll make it. But you know, the best title here, of course, still is this. Would you buy one? It'll have all my favorite sayings. It works fine. I spent 2 hours working on this. Okay. Okay.
You got it? I just want to say thank you for all coming on the tour. So who had done the tour previously? So we got a lot of returns. How many of those people have games now? We got to work on that. Who has games that has a Barrels game but hasn't done the tour? Okay, one. Again, we'll get better at this. We may not get you on these titles, but we'll get you on future ones. Again, if it wasn't for you guys supporting us, we wouldn't be here. And it means a lot to us. Because this ain't easy. But we do it because we love it. We love pinball. And if it wasn't for you guys being on forums and communicating and going to tournaments, this wouldn't happen. So thank you very much. And to say thank you for that, we're going to give away a couple of playfields and some other stuff. So let's start actually with a quiz, because this is, I'll be curious if everyone knows this. We actually did have someone win it on the last tour. Does anyone know the day and date and year that we launched Labyrinth?
October 12th.
October 12th? Close. What year?
23.
All right, 23. Now we know it's 23. Anyone else? No?
Actually, 23.
All right, it was Friday the 13th, so no one.
Oh.
I was shocked. Someone literally just said Friday the 13th, and I'm like,
I went the wrong way there. Sorry.
There you go. All right, so in case we didn't have that, let's do a drawing. I give him something.
I feel like
And I flew to Chicago on a whim just to see it.
I appreciate it. Don't cheat, kid. You're head of security.
Sorry if he mispronounces.
Jeffrey McIntyre.
McIntyre.
McIntyre. Come down, get your plate filled.
Forgive the name.
So, how many does not have a pinball machine in their collection? Has a pinball machine? Who doesn't have a pinball machine?
Who does not?
Really?
Who doesn't have a pinball machine? Okay. Are you planning to get one in the next 6 months?
They will if they can get a Winchester.
Now I've got the big group here. How many got a Winchester?
Oh, well.
Yeah, you think it was.
Well, Jordan bought
Jordan
it.
did, so Jordan
Yeah, Jordan bought it.
Well, we technically got some, but we're reselling. So
I gotta ask, is it a true story that you told Automated they should have got 20?
yes, we tried. I called them up and I said we got to get more. Because I called them at home, and when I called you, they were gone.
Yeah.
So
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So, well, look, again, actually, this is for my wife/accountant. How many people knew what Winchester was before a game came out? Trust me, a lot of people, like with Winchester, it's one of those IPs, because I'm always, so if I have a conversation with you and it seems random, I'm probably doing market research. But it's one of those things of, if you ask people, it's they either know it or they have no idea. But I always knew, like, if you were a kid of the 90s and you were into supernatural stuff, Winchester always got brought up. And, you know, it turned out way more successful than we intended. When we started this company, we want to do titles that everyone wants, but I also wanted the creative freedom to do things that I believe would make a great pinball experience. And see if it would be successful. And so we brought out Labyrinth. That was a big success for us. Even Dune's been a good success for us. Our first milestone for the first year, we did Labyrinth. We were able to crank out 880 games in 12 months, which we're super proud. But what happened is our second plan was, because we're learning manufacturing, is like, what if we could do 2 games in a year? Mainly because we had these little titles that we figured it would only be like a 200 game run. Like, it was just something we could just put down on the line. And that was part of the expansion, plus the vertical integration of making stuff. And yeah, we just didn't expect Winchester to sell out as quickly as it did. And basically only one of you helped us, so thank you. But I'm just really pleased that it resonated with people. Who has played it? Okay. Good. Well, you get to play it more, and
I'm sure it's super fun because, like, I wasn't really a huge fan of Labyrinth, like the movie, but I played Labyrinth, and it is so fun. Like, it is such a hilariously fun game to play that you just want to go back and keep playing it. And it's just, you put a lot of details and a lot of thought into the way that you made your game. So, like, we're really excited to play Winchester today.
Well, Labyrinth is interesting because that was a movie that I was no one was asking for Labyrinth as a pinball machine. But it's something that I grew up, and when I saw the opportunity, I knew it would be a great pinball machine because it was all about making decisions. And I was always frustrated by Sarah's, you know, her choices. Like, if you're falling down a hole, why would you choose to go down? You would go up. Like, there was always those things like, what if I could do something different? And that was the genesis of Labyrinth. Like, it's like, this is an opportunity for us to experience that world, because, I mean, some of you probably were connecting with Sarah in some way, but it was the world that fascinated me. I wanted to meet the worm. I mean, we literally put Elo's T multi-ball in Labyrinth. If you shoot Elo enough times, he will make tea with you. The whole point is you've got to put sugar and milk in your tea. You know, and hence allowed us to do that. But again, I want to create worlds under glass. So I don't know where I was going with that story, so I apologize. Let's draw another record.
Jack Parsons.
right there.
You want to do another playfield?
Do it.
Heck yeah.
Alright, well, we should do a trivia. The problem is I don't know what to ask. What on the line? How big? I'd be surprised. Anyone remember the size I said that the first part of the factory was? The size square foot.
19,000.
There we go. Give her a tool. Alright, I'm surprised on that.
is it a magnet?
What was the name of the worm mech in Dune?
William.
Who said that first?
I don't know.
Who did that first? There you go.
It was a tie.
It was a tie.
It was a tie. It was a tie.
Alright, where is this bus? It's going to cost me more playfields. Actually, that probably just got picked up. Alright, any questions you guys got for me or Rebecca or Chief of Security?
Were you able to work easily with the Labyrinth licensing?
Oh, absolutely.
Good.
I mean, there was, yeah, I can tell. I won't get So when it comes to licensing, there's lots of licenses and stuff you just can't talk about. Like, it's kind of like pillow talk. There's things you can't talk about. But with Henson, when I had a meeting with them, there were other IPs they wanted me to consider. But again, I gravitated towards Labyrinth because of as I told you, my story about why I think it makes a compelling story. About 6 months into it, as we're submitting ideas and stuff like that, there was an actual name for the cleaners. I can't remember off the top of my head because now I'm on the spot. I can't think of it. And I called the cleaners the actual name because if you go into Sarah's bedroom, everything in the Labyrinth world is in her bedroom because it's in her mind, okay? So there's actually a book that is talking about the cleaners. We all know them as the cleaners. And I kept referencing the cleaners by that name because I literally going frame by frame. They had no idea what I was talking about. And it got to the point, and the licensor I worked with passed away through this project, and he never actually got to see the finished game. Oh.
This is fine, Tom.
So he sent me an email basically saying, stop submitting stuff to us because you clearly know more about this IP than our people on staff. So just keep doing what you're doing and just make the best game possible. To the point, because this was during COVID, and there was lots of interesting times in that. When I dropped the game off at the Henson studio, they literally told me, it's like, we didn't expect you to finish this. Like, we support a lot of artists to make stuff. And it's really hard to execute things. And for them to see the love put into that game.
Did they see the one with the topper too?
Oh, okay. They got everything. So that was really cool. I got to go to the Charlie Chaplin movie theater because it's his lot that they just sold recently. Those are moments that I'll never forget. That's why I make pinball. They're moments, Like if it wasn't for you going to tournaments and hanging out in the community, we wouldn't be here today. And this is why we make pinball. That's why I hire people. Because we love what we do. And
Now,
I truly believe
does your son have the same love?
Yeah.
Good.
I'll tell you right now, we've got another one somewhere in the building, but I have no idea where he is. So don't make him talk.
So, any other? There's a question.
Same question on Winchester about licensing and secrets and stuff with Winchester.
Winchester again wasn't an IP I was looking for. I like supernatural. I love horror. I love the storytelling of that. Because you never know where a horror film is going to go or a haunted experience. So I always knew people love a haunted house games, pinball machines, so I always wanted to do one. I always desired to do Disney's Haunted Mansion. I'm a big theme park person. That's how Carl and me, well, that's another story. That I want to do a haunted house. So when Winchester was presented to me, again, I was talking to him about another IP, was basically, we represent Winchester. my head just goes, oh, I'm in. But my licensing cap comes on, like, there's gonna be like 100, 200 people that buy this. Because it's an unknown IP that people don't know. So it was one of those things of, with them, and they were like, do you really want to do it? I think they expected me to just say no. And I'm like, no, I think it's really good. I just can't do, a typical contract can be anywhere from 2 years to say 4 years. If we write this license, I can't guarantee you when I'm gonna get it out. Because I don't believe the sales will be there straight away. Trust me, if I could see, I would be making more, right? Because I don't want people who want games to miss out. Trust me, I do not want a day one sellout. I want everyone to try and get a game. -1, because if I can have one less, that makes it a little bit more rare. But it was like, they said, well, write the contract as long as you want. Do it right. And they just gave us the keys to the kingdom. And then, so I knew I wanted to do a haunted house. I knew Winchester's story is extremely compelling for a game. It was a matter of who can I put on this game that will do it right. So I got word that Carl was making his own whitewood. And who knows who Carl is? Some of you. Okay, he's probably one of the best pinball players in the world, period. Responsible for how pinball's streamed to this day. He is pretty much responsible for every streaming rig that you see out there. Like, he is a genius. And we actually went out to tour Winchester because we're starting to formulate ideas and plans. And I reached out to Carl and said, hey, dude, we're going to be in LA because we were dropping off Labyrinth at the studio. I hear you're making a whitewood. I would love to see it and talk to you about it. Because I didn't realize how much of a fan he was of Labyrinth. Considering the outlanes, I know they're the worst in the world, but you know, he loves the game. And he goes, sure, let's do that. He showed me his whitewood and it's really awesome. And I said, man, I'd love to see this happen, but licensing could be very difficult. But would you be interested in being involved in Barrels in some form? It doesn't need to be designing games. Like, I've seen you stream, I see you play games. Your knowledge would be really appreciated. And he was like, dude, I love your philosophy. I want to be a part of the team. Like, you show a lot of passion. He started helping out on Labyrinth, fleshing that out with us, Dune as well. And then I was like, well, here are the licenses that we've got. And as soon as he saw Winchester, he's like, I want that. So I was like, I've got my 3. I just didn't expect all 3 to land at once, to be honest. So, because that's the whole point. I want to do IPs that games that shouldn't exist. So the whole point of Winchester was to start a second line to do a small run while the big games roll through. Who thunk it? Huh? Like, seriously.
For those of us who haven't played it, what's the secrets in Winchester?
Winchester, so you get a key, so you got to collect keys to unlock rooms. So my recommendation, before you plunge, unlock the basement. You'll get 1 key at the start. So always unlock the basement, and to shoot a room to travel to, they're color coded. So you have red, orange, blue, and green. Green is the basement. Green to me is a really fun multi-ball. That's the wheelbarrow ghost. And that uses the stairway to nowhere lock mechanism, and it puts it into the basement. So I recommend doing that. Second of all, I would recommend going to the seance table, which is the pity multi-ball by ball 3. If you have a locked seance room, you can go and do that. That's always good. And I recommend hitting the captive. Once you get a jackpot, hit the captive ball. That will drop the tower in the back for a super jackpot on the right ramp.
Why 500? What?
525?
Yeah. What did you come up with, like that number?
I originally wanted to do 666, and a good marketing friend said, do not do it. So I didn't do it because there are people that are super, they are superstitious. So what was the closest number? 525 Winchester Boulevard is where the house is located.
Did you go there?
Multiple times. We'll be going back out soon. Also, if you guys did miss out, how many people have a Labyrinth here? 1, 2. Anyone have a Dune coming? Or do you have it already?
Yeah.
All right. make sure your games are registered, because we did keep a Winchester back to give away to owners of Barrels games. So a lot of people don't know that. If you own a Barrels game, if you bought it new or second hand, and you register the game on our website, we will give away the next game that we're manufacturing to our customers. It's a way to say thank you for supporting us, because if you don't buy from us, we don't exist, and he doesn't go to college.
Can you tell us, is Carl working on the next 3 games?
He is working on a lot of stuff.
Okay.
There you go. Yes.
But the next game for sure?
Well, so we design differently here. So yes, there is a lead that follows the game, but we really do involve everyone in the process. Something that Walt Disney kind of inspired me and everything I learned about him. He always had a blue sky. That's why you see the idea board out there. So same with concepts for pinball machines. You may have a good idea for a mech or something, but it may not be ready for the next game. It may be something, so you put it on the shelf. So we try to encourage each other to think outside the square. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to do something silly. It just may not be ready for the next one or the one after that.
Was William designed from scratch for Dune?
100%.
Okay.
That was, I don't know, Paul's there, the mechanical engineer. So Paul is completely responsible for the mechanical engineering of
Is Paul, where's Paul?
He's also, wave Paul! There he is. He's also the production engineer. Now Travis Mosman helped out as well, but Paul's assignment was to build the worm. He's the one that literally makes sure it rotates as well. That was the 10% of like, do you really think you could do that? Yeah, of course I can.
And lastly, how good a player is Carl with the glass off?
Horrible. So here's the thing, like Bowen, like all these people, this is why I love pinball. It doesn't matter how good or bad you are, you just need one ball to kick their butts. Like TNA is a good example, I'm going to point out Scott. Yeah. You know, you get those balls locked up, you just need to steal them.
You leave them right there for him?
Yeah. So again, you only need one ball. This is the great equalizer. Pinball is one of those things, you can be Republican, Democrat, poor or rich, doesn't matter. That's the game that pulls people together. You know, there's not many hobbies that can do that. You can fix them, you can pay $1 to play them, you can spend $30,000 on it. But it's an entry level for everyone. That's why I love it.
Any hint about the next one?
It's game 4.
Do you think it'll come out next year, at the end of next year?
I'm 100% confident there's another game for 2026.
There is?
100%.
Oh, good. At Pinball Expo.
Knock on wood. So I've learned, like I'm always a half glass person. So like COVID was happening, and Baker's not here to hear the story. This is probably a good thing. Like going through COVID, we knew what we were dealing with supply chains, right? Which bought us time to really put more love into Labyrinth. And then we were at the point, because we did everything, obviously no one knew what we were doing. And then Russia invaded Ukraine. And honestly, it scared the crap out of me. When we've already sunk, like, it's our money in this company. So we were at a point where it's like, you know what, it may be better just to build a couple of games for us, friends and that, and just call it quits, because who knows if the world's going to be here tomorrow. My wife, who's also an accountant, was like, no, we're already invested, you can't control. If they drop the bombs tonight, it doesn't matter if the money is there or not. Like, all I'm worried about is we've already invested, keep on going. So I kept on going. We kept going, but there's so many things. Like I was like, oh, how bad can it get? I promise you, with the economic environment we're in now, like all these things, if I had to consider this starting the company, I would have never done it. But I believe in the people that I'm making stuff with, and if we make it right, everything else will follow. So I just focus what's in front of me. I don't worry about the rest.
Where do you see the company in 5-10 years? Like more of a boutique or maybe
I have no
store-ish?
idea any bigger than this.
No bigger than this?
No, because if I scale this up, my problems get worse. Like just straight up, like the amount of how hard this is. I mean, we have over 40 employees now. We have 22, 23 in-house. The rest are kind of remote floating around. I totally underestimated managing people. Just to be honest with you, like the day-to-day side of it, I totally underestimated. I love it, but I wouldn't do this I want to do this. I love this. But all I can tell you, if I make this any bigger, it gets worse, and I can't turn the ship fast enough if things go the wrong way. Right now, I can, knock on wood, I can manage it. And honestly, I just want to make pinball machines until the day I die, and work with amazing people. To see people just come up with stuff and support them, that's more important to me than anything else. That's empowering Carl, empowering Travis, Paul, having my kids get inspired sometimes if they come to the office. But it's one of those things. It's like I want to leave experiences. That's what's so cool about pinball. It's like it's an experience you all get to have.
When are you gonna get a sign?
I don't think so. Yeah.
A lot of your games have magnets, which means that we can't use my favorite thing in the entire world, which is power balls.
Well, you should try the glow balls because they do work.
But they're not as light, so they're not.
They are.
Oh, they are?
Oh yeah, they're light.
Okay. Have you ever considered building a game down the line that does not have magnets so you can utilize all power balls? And
Alright,
follow-up
so let's talk
question.
about game 4. There's magnets too.
Oh, okay.
It's just like making a pinball machine is like a magic trick. It's like what can we make it do, right? So it's like what tools, resources we have. I had a very good friend of me is like, you should try if you're making a game, make it with parts that you know you can make it with. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. So how creative can you be with your layouts? You know, and that's what we do. And then you hire amazing people that know how to do SolidWorks and do stuff, and they make something like Willie, you know. Or you start using old magic tricks like Pepper Ghosts. Like I love Pepper Ghosts. Like how can I get that into a game? Winchester, you know. And again, that's all Carl. That's me supporting them to do the best job they can. That's my role here. Also pay the bills. All right. Yeah, we should do another one because the bus is still not here, and I'm tap dancing.
Yeah, but we're learning a lot though.
All right. No, I make really short stories long. You gotta make it a challenge.
All right. Noah.
Will Hoyt. Noah. There's only one Noah here. Hey, Noah. Did I hear it? Yeah? Come get a playfield, bud. All right, sorry I've had that. The next tour is going to be perfect because I'm going to spend all the time out. All right, any other questions?
When did you start your factory tours? Was last year your
Last
first
year was the first time.
Okay, so it was a success, and that's why you wanted to do it again this year? Or?
Half the people that make our own pinball love playing it, but once you played it, you have to fix it because it breaks. And then we fall in love with fixing them and restoring them. So this is an opportunity to let you guys come in and see what we're doing, you know, and see how the sausage is made. So that's important.
I think it's cool. Thank you for offering it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How far have you advanced from last year to this year, like in your manufacturing? Like you said, nine games a day. You like
so at Labyrinth, the height of Labyrinth, before everything else supply chain wise, we were getting up to 30 games a week. Right now, we're floating between 12 and 16, depending on shortages. So, yeah.
Where are your kids going to college? Provided this keeps going, you said he doesn't go to college if this doesn't work out. Where are you going to college?
So, I don't know, where you want to go to college? Baylor? No. That's only because Rebecca went there, so. UT? He does, he wants to do law. He's decided to do law. Hopefully it's patent.
Always have a job.
IP law. Anything else? Well, thank you very much. Talk among yourself. I'm going to have a Well, think of a quiz. You want to give stuff away, think of a quiz.
Ask him how many labyrinths are slated to be made, because he told us.
Yeah. How many labyrinths were made? Say it loud.
11,000.
No, you have to ask us.
Labyrinths were made?
900. 904.
904. He's already got a tool there. So who do you want to give it to? Go and give a tool out to someone.
David, you're only going to make 904.
We've only made 904.
But you could make a few more.
No. I don't have enough parts. So the reason, we started out doing 1,100 units, and due to quality control of all the parts, we can only make 904. I also expect that to happen with Dune as well. And also, Winchester's, now that actually I know we've sold out, I'm going to actually make more parts because I'm going to fulfill 525. Yeah, go choose someone.
Who will it be?
Oh, thank you.
Aha! That way he didn't have to push through.
Exactly. A week ago it was probably 330, so we're probably at 350, something like that.
Is this going to be later in the year next year, if and when you come out with number 4?
So I try to not release game. Well, so the difficult part of manufacturing is I don't want to rush a game out beforehand, but at the same time I can't afford the line to stop. Hence why, again, getting a second game ready to go. What I try to do is make sure we have enough games in development. So if there's a shortfall somewhere or there's too much, we've got something we can push into the line. And that's really, really hard. Again, we're not doing it right yet.
Yeah. What's something like, it can be ambiguous but interesting about number 4 for us to know? It doesn't stay
That's magnets.
It's got
magnets.
Will there be a glow ball?
No, there will not be any.
Oh, well, there we go.
There's always going to be something unique about it.
I know.
Can't help that.
Will there be slingshots?
What is it?
Yep.
All right.
How many
And
flippers?
More than 2.
Will there be outlanes?
100%. Much more generous outlanes.
Oh.
No, again, actually, so I will tell you, you want to get another playfield? I will say we've made, I didn't expect Labyrinth to be a tough shooter. I really did make that, try to be as wide as experience. And now that takes me to when I went on that rant about Labyrinth. When we designed that game, I really wanted it to be family friendly. The problem is I had players like Bowen Kearns and Phil Grimaldi playing this game, and they made it look really easy. But the day we took it out to public, I saw little kids just get slaughtered. And so it was the mandate, everything I learned from Labyrinth was my outlanes suck. It's brutally hard, right? And people didn't like the lighting system. So when it came to Dune, I wanted to open up the shots more, make it more user-friendly. So my goal to my team is a 12-year-old should be able to walk up to this and have fun. They should be able to see the major toy, they should be able to enjoy it and want to do it again. That's the mandate. So we've basically had games with 3 flippers and 4 flippers. So game 4, I just realized they totally messed me up. Because I wanted it to be only a 2 flipper game. Because I will tell you, when I see people play Dune and Labyrinth, they're not using that for flippers. So I did mandate that we had to have only a game that's 2 flippers. But that did change 2 weeks ago, so.
Well, there we go.
The more flippers are more fun. They don't use them, they don't use them. But when
Well,
they grow and they're
so the
still,
idea is if you
then
have,
they can use them.
so the idea is if we're going to put flippers in a different place, it has to interact with some type of toy and do something different. Because then people know they have to use it. But if it's like with Dune, it's just been in a ramp and people just don't correlate the ramp with the flipper. But if you have a bash toy and a flipper, they instantly know, I want to beat that. Oh, look who we got here.
Bus is
Buster
here.
Savage.
Bus is here.
The bus is here. All right, we got one more raffle, quick.
Get rid of these people. Those new people now.
I didn't realize that. No one told me.
I sent you 2 texts.
Oh.
We'll get bus people out that door here. Yes, there's another door.
Beat it. See ya. Coming in.
Thank you, David.
Thank you,
Thank you, David. This is great.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Got a great video. And you know that.
No matter what Chuck says, you still got
No matter what.
No matter what he says.
I had to use. Well, I'm finishing the video with Chuck's phone. Oh. Stuffed mushrooms. Ooh.
That appetizer we had before?
You remember, I remember liking this place. Fornication. It's shortened it to Fornos. Now he called it Pornos. Crude.
went inside and told them to get out the big boy menus.
And thaw out a couple of things.
The
for
big boy menus. Oh God, had this dumb lens zoomed in. I'm going to fail as cameraman. We are meeting our surprise guests.
Don't say who it is.
I may have said earlier. Well, we are finishing our tour right here at Four Nose Restaurant. And look, we got the whole family. Look at that, Canada. See?
Oh, I see.
That was me.
We are delighted to have them here.
We are. We got everyone. Everyone came. And David and Rebecca and their 2 boys. That was a crude term. Maybe I can cut it out. Say hi to everyone.
You're going to be
Isn't this a great way to end this wonderful evening?
most definitely. It is a wonderful evening.
And remember, there will always be a tomorrow. Good night, folks. Good night. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.